Greetings and salutations. Is this thing on? Yeah, it's on. I am Karen Russmore, and this is my continued stream of Xcom 2, War of the Chosen. It's not in the little logo thing, because I can't find a decent one where it's got War of the Chosen underneath it. As you may have noticed, if you're a regular here, I have a new overlay. Well, actually, I have an overlay. Before, it was just kind of a mismatch of things thrown together. And, you know, so like shoehorned into working. But now I've got my own fancy schmancy overlay. I need to actually find out whether the person who did this wants credit and or... Oh! Hey J Station. But yeah, I want to find out if the person who did this wants credit for it and or Nightbot shouting it out every few minutes or so. Not that I expect too many people who come here to then inundate them with requests, but at the same token, you know, if it's one of them where it's like, if it did generate that kind of interest, I wouldn't want to be sort of like then have to tell everybody it's like, oh wait, they're not taking commissions at the moment. So, deal. But yeah, looking a little bit fancier. I'm just gonna flick back to this. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like my artist for K-Bot is fairly good at sort of like tonally matching these things up. So, you know, as long as that's a thing. What I'm not sure about is to whether to go for that or go for that. Whether to take out this plate and put the text on the plate underneath the main XCOM 2 logo. And also, one of the things is that plate is slightly out of sync. If I just go to the transformations and reset it. Oh wait, no, that's totally reset it. Transform, switch it horizontally. We can see just a line above the starts, and there's a pixel out elsewhere as well. So I actually have to just nudge it ever so slightly into place. But I'm pretty sure that can be fixed in post. And how about a faint grid overlay for the chosen backgrounds? You mean something like... Are we talking about the sort of like the leveled grid that's surrounding me at the moment, but then for the rest of the background? Because I quite like having the game's imagery in there, but at the same token, it's not that bad that, you know, switching it over to this isn't too bad as long as the game's logo is smack bang in centerfold. The other thing is, this one also allows it doesn't matter too much if, because one of the things is, it's all like, this is all fine and well when I'm streaming XCOM 2 because there's not much on there, and this logo is actually independent of it and I can move it around wherever I want. When it comes to Hitman 3, sorry, the logo is firmly front and center. Now, if that's too high or too low for my liking, I can't move that. Not without going away and trying to delve into sort of like the files and get rid of the logo and then grab a logo and then stick it over the top. But that's just a lot of hard work. I want as little work as possible on this. So actually having it like that, the game's logo is fairly easy to find on its own, isolated. So yeah, it's things. Plus as well, with it being like that, it doesn't come as much of a shock when I come to this screen, and the surrounding overlay is the same hex grid with stars. But yeah, got the other stream images sorted out for if I actually ever go on a break, then I can actually switch to that one. I don't generally do that much these days. Kind of gotten used to the streaming / playing for like 3 hours in a row without having to take a break. Alright, let's... But yeah, there's one more to be seen, where I've already got some feedback on this. I want to see how it actually looks on stream. Because one of the things is they've suggested that I remove the K-bot. And it's like, but I don't want to remove K-bot. But at the same token, it's starting to feel a little crowded in my little window. And it's just not doing anything for me. Let's just skip that before it bleeds everybody's ears out. So yeah, if we switch over to this, what we can see here is K-bot's just in the corner of my camera. There. Which is kind of like all fine and well. But because he's there, it kind of eats a bit of a space. But at the same token, I feel that I'm slightly off center anyway. So having him there just kind of fills some dead space that would usually be over there. What I've not actually seen is what is that thing in the background of the game? Oh, that is loud. Why is that so loud? Why are you loud? Okay, that's slightly quieter. Is it just me or is it loud? As my volume levels, seems a bit weird to me. It does seem awfully loud. Why does this seem awfully loud? Yeah, the game is fairly loud. Is that better? All you should be able to hear is a blip 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 as I'm mousing over things. And a slight bit of background music. Seems better now, right?
At least we don't have to worry about keeping the council happy anymore, even with the spokesman lurking in the shadows.
Background music is less in your face, or is. Yeah. So that's something I need to be aware of, that every now and again Xcom 2 will forget its sound settings. Now what was this about? There was so much going on at the end of the last game. So we got the Reaper HQ, we got the Skirmisher HQ, we don't know about this other faction yet. You can get scientists there, rookies from there, and we've got this mission. I think I was going to go on this mission. Investigate the Advent Black Site. This remote alien facility is heavily guarded by the Advent. We need to investigate the site on behalf of the Resistance and report back immediately. Reward 125 supplies. Are all the crew still alive and kicking, right? I mean, you say all of the crew. I don't think we've lost anybody who's named.
They know how to track down the chosen. We should construct
or any that have been named by my community. Elena Dragunov.
Tired or hungry or just need a treat? Advent Burger, the place for meat.
Elena Dragunova was kind of one of the named people that you got as part of the story. They're dead. But yeah, so at the moment I'm running a thing that if you spend channel points, you can name a squaddy. And I will try to, because they don't straight away get the nicknames. So we've got Debbie. We've got Retro Ted. And we've got... are you a... You're a nobody, I believe. Susan Gray. No, I don't think we... the clown is on point. I mean, the clown unfortunately is not available at the moment, having been wounded. We still got a few people. Basically everybody. Oh, we got a sharpshooter that we could bring in. Do we want to bring in the sharpshooter? I think we want to bring in the sharpshooter. So we got the nameless one, who has a name. Ken, the nameless one. Right. Let's give you a vest. Let's give you a medkit. Oh, where's my medkits? There's my medkits. Let's leave you on a grenade. And increase the quad skies through the GTS facility. Don't know what that is, but... Okay, this is a difficult mission, so this might be a bit of a point. I'm quite impressed that Troy was killable, to be honest. I mean... The thing is, though, that's kind of part of Xcom, is that, like, people are killable unless they're not as part of the mission.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
But they will very infrequently make somebody a permanent unkillable. It'll just be so like, they're unkillable for this mission. So this is a terrible idea. This is going in on a difficult mission. This also might be one of the missions where you can fail it and it'll force you to restart.
Resistance have shown us how to access the Advent Black Site. The aliens worked hard to keep this place under the radar, and we don't know what we're gonna find in there. Keep your heads up. Expect heavy opposition.
Recover any valuable information or items. Extract all Xcom soldiers. Investigate the site. Operation Mountain Tome. Yeah, I think the glowing outline around your cam window, but without the outer hexes, will work well.
We've confirmed the Black Site is in your immediate vicinity. Infiltrate and
Yeah, I'm not
the area. Expect heavy resistance.
sure if I got an overlay for that.
Contacts.
I'll have to double check. But the other thing that I was thinking is potentially the inner highlight with darker hexes around it that fades very rapidly. So it's not just a blue line. But yeah, it's... Did I get... Now I need to go double check. Because one of the things is I got a lot of files for this. And it's like... I can't remember what all of the files are. Nope. Overlay. Webcam. Yeah, I didn't get one for the webcam. I don't think. No. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna need to go back with, where it's like, you didn't. Only this single hex, and this is one for the webcam. I'll send an encrypted message to the person and see if I can throw it together. Fair enough. Right. So, I want to be careful here. Because we've got named people. I mean, I always want to be careful.
Bien, me muevo al objetivo. Afirmativo, cubriendo.
You just move up to that tree.
Todo cubierto.
On it. Roger that.
Right, hopefully this time I don't accident. The last time that I went to any kind of facility like this, there was very obvious turrets, in my humble opinion, that everybody seemed to miss. And because they missed them, when I was moving somebody around, they pretty much just jumped straight in front of one of these turrets and set off all of the alarms. I really don't want all the alarms going off again. The problem is,
Orders confirmed. On the move.
I can barely see what's going on. It was a big facepalm moment. Yeah. I mean, it's one of them where it's like, kind of makes me, you know, talking a bit. Because I've started playing a similar game, Phoenix Point, off stream to sort of like satisfy my urge for this kind of game while not streaming. There's stark differences between the two, and part of me is sort of like, no, Phoenix Point did it better. Okay, so we got two guys over there. See, now that we know that they're there, we can see that these guys have hexes around. And I can move up a little bit.
To that position.
Rabbits. I thought you were talking about rabbits when... I have no idea what I said, but yeah, because I can see them and know that their vision extends to there, if I was to move up to there, then they'd instantly be alerted. As it's not. Oh wait, there's a... Dell, I can shoot this thing. Right.
It's under my watch.
So yeah, I don't really want to move you too far forward, because you're really somebody who stays back. Okay, let's... Let's just move up to that one. They're a little bit far away from everybody else. But I do kind of want to get a squint down this side and see if there's anybody to see.
Scanning.
See, that's a little bit annoying. Busting through the windows makes noise. They're coming down this way, so I'm just going to sprint over there. The Mario Xcom. It's... yes and no. I mean, it does kind of make sense, and it is a very similar style game in terms of that. But that's very much sort of like, you have three completely different actions. You've got your move action, you've got your shoot action, and you've got your ability action. Which to a certain degree does lend itself fairly well to a very simplistic thing. But that's perfect knowledge gaming in the fact that you start off with perfect knowledge of where the enemy is, and you know, they know where you are. So there's these two people moving around this way. But yeah, it's one of them where it's like, because XCOM is sort of like the de facto in terms of tactical turn-based, tactical squad-based tactical turn-based gaming. Are you saying that there aren't many Black Ops missions in Mario Rabbids XCOM thing? There is not many Black Ops missions. They're really not even ops. They're more along the lines of sort of like levels that you complete. Right, so I can't nip down there because it's just all terrible. But I think the rest of the place is clear. Just gonna leave him there for a moment. So now I gotta kind of drop down there and see what there is to see. But yeah, in Phoenix Point what will happen is if you move up, it's kind of got the multiple action thing that XCOM has, where it's like you've got 4 actions, but movement can be broken up, so you can spend half a move or half an action if you so desired.
Got a group of hostiles over here.
Okay, so we got more people over there. That's dandy. I'm slightly concerned about where the sniper is. Yeah, I think if he moves at all, he's in trouble. Increases defense by 30 and dodge by 50, and only works in cover if burning puts out fire. I think I'm just gonna go with the gunshot. I'm gonna still wonder. This is actually a fairly big map. So the objective that we're after is in there somewhere. Which is odd that I can kind of see it. Well, it's kind of creepy. His body is in green luminous cells, but... Whoa, Jesus. Darn it. Hey Ali, how's it going? You spooked me with your subscription. Thank you for the subscription. Don't worry about the jump scare. That's all. I should possibly be paying more attention. He has no name. He cannot be seen. He could be seen if he moves an inch. It's going okay. I'm finding that there's a lot in XCOM 2 that I wasn't familiar with, and playing it with all the DLCs is slightly confusing because everybody's wanting my attention all of the time. So yeah, let's... Right, you've just seen a bunch of people over there. Where's the objective compared to you? The objective's still further back, so we're gonna scoot out a bit over this way. Oh, hello. Cutscene. That was the most useless cutscene ever. And what's annoying is that cutscene it shows me the entirety of the front of this building, but now that I'm back in soldier mode, thanks to Fog of War, I can't see jack. Alright, the sniper is... There's an alien just at the bottom and then potentially ladders that's going to come up and see this guy. And that would be bad. So let's move this guy back over here, just in case. How are you doing, Ali? How have you not seen them? Oh, you did see them. Now we're revealed. I'm glad you missed. Doing well, almost done with my work day. Only 3 mil meetings. Hey, my cat. Yep, everything has gone to pot. Everybody is spread out all over the show. This is not fun, happy times. Alright, you're gonna beat a fighting retreat.
Heading to that location.
Debris is backing up slowly. Yeah, you're out in the open. Have some lead in the faces. Alright, you can actually shoot again? Yeah, shoot again.
Their casualties grow.
Right. And this is one of the abilities of the sniper is they have what is known as squad sight. So they can take the shot based off a squad member's team. And so it's only a 35% chance because the other guy's got low cover and squad sight takes away 45. But we do have the high ground. We do have a reasonably accurate sniper rifle, but it's only at a 35, but we're taking the shot anyway. So worst that could happen. Boom. The bad guy knows exactly what lead through the head feels like. Alright. Let's try and form everybody back up into a reasonable kind of shape.
Consider yourselves lucky.
Can enter Overwatch upon ending of their turn. The chosen does not trigger Overwatch or reaction fire. Brittle takes increased damage from close range attacks and takes increased damage from the Reapers. We don't have a Reaper with us.
Very least, you will die with honor.
Chosen assassin is moving near your position. Stay on guard, people.
No, I was gonna frolic through the fields looking for flowers. I mean, you always split the party when it's entertaining. Some BS.
Your hands, Commander. I am coming for you.
Double time.
Yes, yes, you're coming for us. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, you can't see anybody right now. Apparently. Go on Overwatch. It's not like the party's split up that much. Really, that was necessary? Well, new name idea. Honor. Keep them on their own and you'll never die with honor. She's always on the blower. Stick your own comms space lady. It always amazes me sometimes. I've seen these people jump down from like 3rd-story buildings and just be like, boom, survive it, walk it off. They have to go down a tiny little ladder. I'm not trying to run, I'm trying to shoot you. If you would just show yourself rather than hiding away like a coward.
There is no shame in their defeat. They know nothing of their actions. Confirmado. Afirmativo. Cubriendo.
Right, I would like you in some more cover. Go over there. Just a reminder, if anybody has any channel points, you can spend them on naming somebody. And if you name somebody, I will try not to get them killed.
My ammo is gone.
Yes, yes, you're out of ammo. Does she intend to talk you to death? That's the general feeling that I'm getting.
Reloading weapon.
Don't break cover, just shoot some more.
I have failed.
Yes, yes, you have.
Es hora de matar.
I'm surprised that you can't actually. Oh, the pistol doesn't have a target. Okay. You still have stealth maintained. That might come in handy.
Es hora de correr.
Not sure how we can see everybody else, but not be able to, you know, see the shotgunner running around. Hello.
Al menos sabemos dónde están.
The hunt is on.
You've been saying that for a little while now. Surprise! God dang it. You have not hit anything all mission.
Negative ammo. I'm spent.
Blanco abatido.
They exist to serve the elders, to fight and die on the field of battle.
I go as ordered. I will not waver.
Estoy en marcha. Vista en el objetivo.
Right, time to creep up the side of this building until we get back to where we were, roughly.
Body fails.
Okay, so they have arrived.
At the frayed edges of your life, the elders propose an exchange. Your lives, your resistance must end. And in return, this world is mine. I will require your return to captivity, Commander. Consider yourself lucky. You won't suffer long by my hand.
We've
Yep.
got our shot at the chosen. Let's make sure it counts.
My forces grow in number.
That's,
We need to get our people.
this
back
is
on
some
their feet,
serious
Commander.
level of bullshit. I appreciate that potentially, you know, they're special and get to move around a little bit more, but at the same token, it's one of them where it's all like, they managed to run in from nowhere,
Moving to position.
stab my guy, knock him out of Overwatch,
Don't move. You'll be all right.
I cannot hear them.
and then run away again after summoning in an ally.
If not foolish decision.
We deny our creator.
I need no help from them. They are nothing more than a distraction.
Andando.
You pick up a repeater. Not entirely sure what a repeater is.
Nuevo, nuevo. Sin guardia. Me ha pillado.
Shoot her.
Beyond perception.
The elders whisper. They speak of the end.
Forgot that they don't actually trigger any of this bullshit.
Ya estoy.
Oh, we're spotted now. Surprise!
One can grow accustomed to pain.
Yeah, one can grow accustomed to pain. Like you're a pain in my ass. shit.
The light has left us. I must have ammunition.
There we go.
It pains me to flee from a worthy adversary. The elders will not allow me to die in this world. We will meet again.
I'm sure we'll see them again, but that chosen sure wasn't expecting the fight we put up today, Commander.
Reloading.
I mean, that was a hell of a lot of talking that they did. Alright, you're no longer disorientated. Okay, Sniper, you are actually eventually going to have to move up, so get some altitude. Ken, the nameless one. Let's move into that corner. I'm assuming that zombie soldier died again once the psionic died. You got a lot of speed.
A great distance.
Confirmado.
I think it's how it happens. Think of more of them as puppets and puppet masters. You mean with them talking a lot and disappearing whenever they feel like it? Or, oh no, you mean the zombie thing. Yes. Yeah, I think it is. It's all like, they're... It used to be a thing where it's like, if somebody was mentally controlled, then the best thing that you could do is actually shoot the psionic who's got them under mental control. I think most of the XCOM soldiers are just amateur parkour people. And they like doing the whole jumping through.
Advancing quickly. They move.
Yes, but how are they moving through the door? Ah, ba 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 ba.
A long run.
Yes, well, let's see how much of a terrible idea this is.
This is an extremely well-equipped mechanized combat unit. We'll need to look for vulnerabilities if we're going to take that thing out. Looks more like a refinery to me, Doctor.
Once we get our hands on that sample, we'll know for sure.
I believe so. Daniel Dawn Wharf. That's a turret. Really? You saw this guy sneaking around upstairs? That is a problem.
Baja confirmada.
Okay, turrets out. Great stuff. Move up to there. Overwatch the door.
Headed there now.
Overwatch the door. Don't tell me they've got jump jets or something and they're just gonna jump up and...
I am under enemy attack. Threat increasing.
Well, Worf's dead. I'm just good at getting rid of everybody who's actually potentially famous in this. Because there's another person who is voiced by, I can't remember the name, Troy from Next Generation. She died already. Very similar situation, so like kind of where in the best position that I could put them in, and then just out of nowhere, bad guy rocks up and shoots him in the face.
Moving to Overwatch.
A dar caña. Todo cubierto.
Posición confirmada. Guardia.
Surprise! I have a shotgun.
Nailed him.
A ello voy.
Surprise! This person also has a shotgun. I do like shotguns.
Baja confirmada.
So do me a favor and run up the doorway. Surprise! This guy has a sniper rifle! And missed! Because he's useless on them things.
Sigue en movimiento.
Well, now we might have a problem. What the deuce? I do realize that they were inside, right? Grenade launcher into the roof, not smart. We gotta move over there.
Voy hacia allá.
We're gonna open this door. We're gonna shoot them from behind. Hi!
Baja confirmada.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
You heard the doctor. Secure that canister.
No, actually I didn't hear the doctor because there was far too much noise going on. I really need you to keep up with everybody else, so just spend this one double running. The building also might be a little bit on fire. We might want to keep it quick in here, folks. I did not mean to do that. What did I just destroy the armor of? Because I just shredded something.
Afirmativo, cubriendo.
Move up to there.
Afirmativo en camino.
Oh my word, are you insane? There's a perfectly good door right there. Run in and run over there. No, what I'm gonna do is go up these ladders and jump through this window. They just want a parkour. That's it. Johnsys, Frank, Riker, Dennis, Crosby, Tasha, Michael, Dawn, Worf, John Delancey, Q, Marina, Surtis, Troy, and I suck at reading. I said several, not 7. Fair enough. I mean, I suck at the reading as well. It's a trait that people come to appreciate on this channel.
I'm on the move.
Well, they appreciate it or they get over it. One of the two.
Got it covered.
Right, you are gonna double move up to there.
Recibido.
You're gonna run through the green stuff, aren't you? Why? Why would you think that that's a good idea, running through the green stuff? I don't even know what the green stuff is made of.
Afirmativo. Cubriendo.
I do. Surprise! We have shotguns! We're not very good with shotguns at this range.
Ajustando miras. Tropas bien avistadas.
God damn it, people.
Eso no me gusta.
Right, I really actually could do with you healing that person.
Bien. Levántate y regresa al combate.
You're healing yourself, aren't you? God damn it, people.
Back online. Affirmative. Moving out. Sacadme de aquí, por favor.
Right, Retro, I need you to just shoot them. No? Okay, run away and shoot them. No? Run away and shoot in their general vicinity. Close enough.
They're all over me.
If you could stop sticking your head out that door, that would be great. Could really do with you being dead. Thank you.
Blanco neutralizado.
I mean, I could really do with you all being dead.
Got him.
Yes, you've got yourself a little zombie.
Preparado. Ajustando tiro.
I mean, we're right here.
Me muevo a la posición. Lo tengo.
I took an action?
Vienen más
Guessing
aún.
that's not water in there. Shen, any readings?
No signs of radioactivity. No significant energy signatures of any kind. Whatever it is, it's safe to handle.
We've confirmed acquisition of the sample. Move to rendezvous at the extraction point.
Yeah, working on it.
Recibido. Moving to
Oh,
designated coordinates.
pish, I didn't want to do that. I have a feeling that now is the moment they keep on spawning it reinforcements until I get out of here. Aren't you just special? My extraction point is all the way over there.
Moving to designated position.
Hi.
Hostil neutralizado.
Oh, shit.
Preparada.
Look, we shot you once. You could just stay dead this time.
Ya no es una amenaza.
Oh, that didn't say resisted.
Hay en mí. Nada.
Retro Ted has been mind controlled.
¡Sal ya de mi cabeza!
Come on. Keep it up.
Position confirmed. Negative damage.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Gonna need to reload soon. Wow! I'm all right.
What's really annoying?
Cabeza.
Come on, crit it. That was not a crit. Bah, could really do with you shooting him. Not them, but also them.
Hostile neutralized.
Hey,
That's it. I'm out.
now what? Yeah, I need you to do. Move over there.
Me dirijo a la posición indicada.
Don't get hit by that person. Oh, just walk it off. Walk it off. Right, now I need you to murder that guy. Don't hit your ally.
Blanco inutilizado.
There we go.
Me quedo sin munición. I can't move.
Alright.
Sí. Ah, venga ya.
You. How effectively can you stab? Pretty effectively.
Kill confirmed.
Alright, people, we are moving out.
Afirmativo. Parece que han pedido refuerzos.
We need to get up over there. Them reinforcements are going to be here in a moment. Right, go over there.
Eso haré.
To you, my friend. Want to go up over there?
Yo me encargo.
And let's stab more cleft in twain. Yeah, a little bit more cleft in twain. Your movement speed sucks. Right, go. Yeah, I could really do with you only moving one so I can reload your gun, but you know what, go hide in the corner. That sounds like a plan, right?
Fuerzas de admin sobre el terreno.
It got rather crowded in there right now. Oh, what? What do you mean you can't just jump out the imaginary window? God dang it.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, that's all the way back around that.
No hace falta repetirlo. Got it, moving.
Afirmativo.
Go, Ken, go!
Andando. Moving out.
Alright. Evac.
Ready to boogie.
Justo a tiempo.
Well, on the plus side, I didn't actually lose anybody who was named, and J-Station requests Chiron to name the character themselves. Yet the name Chiron,
Surviving Xcom op-
get in the game, Chiron. You've got, your people are on the line.
Mission accomplished, Commander. We just hit Advent where it hurts. This was a place no living human being was ever intended to see. Happy as I am to see it gone. Something tells me the aliens won't take this lying down. Great job, Commander. We sent the Chosen back to their masters with a few scars to show for their effort. If they decide to face us again, we'll be ready.
No, we won't, because they're assassins. You shouldn't be ready. Oh, 100% cheese there. Boom. I love it. Of course, the dead guy also gets a photo.
Today's maneuver by local peacekeepers was a planned exercise. Citizens should not be alarmed. All weapon fire and wounds were simulated to better train Advent forces.
I love the way that it's like in a black site out in the middle of nowhere, and they're still giving a news report, and it's like, yeah, civilians shouldn't be too concerned about what happened. It was all make-believe. And it's like, it's a black site. Pretty sure civilians should never be anywhere near there.
With their freedom, they accepted a new path and sacrificed all that they had. Voxtala for 10.
He will live on in our struggle. Oh, wow. Well, you died. And everybody else got promotions. Woo! Alright, what we got? We got long watch allow, oversight to trigger on squad sight. That's useful. Return fire when targeted by enemy fire. Automatically fire back when you're with your pistol once per turn. Gonna go with the long watch because that's kind of useful. Being able to react off squad sight. We got Debris and the Blitz. who was a Blade Master, which actually, yeah, all sword attacks deal 2 extra damage and have 10% any. This soldier does not trigger Overwatch and reaction fire when concealed. Gain plus 25 bonus on aim and plus 25 bonus on critical hit chances when attacking enemies. I think I'm going to go with the Shadow Step. Just because with that blade, they are really good at just basically running in there and stabbing people. He rests in Chauveau-Corps. I have no idea what that means, J-Station. No idea whatsoever. And then this one, the Phantom, I'm gonna go with the Shadow Strike. I did take both of my Rangers in on this time. And they got the nickname of Retro Shadow Ted, or Shadow Retro Ted. You didn't get a name, did you? You don't get to bonded anyone.
Now that we've recovered the apparent product of the black site facility,
remember, Chiron equals uncultured.
Considerable time and resources to uncover the true purpose of this substance. I will begin preparations for a complete analysis immediately, Commander.
So we got a black site vial. Repeater, 5% chance to instantly kill your target when you hit them, regardless of the target's remaining hit points. And auto load as first reload in a mission does not cost an action. Alien encryption. Unlike the conventional encryption methods we've typically encountered with terrestrial data stores, the aliens have been using an advanced matrix consisting both of mechanical and biological ciphers, combined with some form of psionic interface. The thought of uncovering the aliens' most complex designs is both intriguing and frightening in equal measure.
Having now seen the inner workings of the Black Site facility, the outcome is perhaps even more troubling than I had expected. It is clear the aliens have undertaken a gruesome task. I will leave this matter for you to investigate, Commander.
Sure. Advent, recovered Advent Black Site Vial, reduce avatar progress by 1. Yay, I did a thing! And I got 125 supplies.
New objective added.
Have Dr. Targan complete research into alien encryption methods. Okay.
Aliens are relaying a form of encryption beyond anything we've ever encountered, much less theorized. We'll have to find a means of breaking the code, but I expect it will take some time.
Undoubtedly it will.
Advent propaganda continues to spread the message of dissident attacks, but this is the voice of the resistance, telling you not to believe their lies. Our fighters are giving it everything they
Not doing too bad. Only lost 5 people so far. How many missions have I done? Right, I don't think there's anything else that I can really do at the moment. Although we do have...
So now you should understand why I've kept my people away from their cities all this time. The aliens offered up miracle cures, and they weren't lying. Death does cure all ailments.
So, I don't think Beth Ryan has been named. Oh, wait. I'm looking for... Customize. First name, Chiron. Last name, Rustmore. And we're going to change everything about you. Because if I'm getting put in the game, I'm getting put in the game. Right, nationality, United Kingdom. Voice. UK English.
Location confirmed.
Nope.
On the move.
Nope.
Good to go. Double time.
No.
On it.
Attitude. Happy-go-lucky. And back. Transform the head. Do. These people all look far too old. Go with the scarred face. We're gonna go with hair color of brown, eye color of brown, hair, long curls, layers, brushed up, shorts, simple short, slicked back ponytail. Loose back ponytail. Loose ponytail. Slick braid. I think I'm sporting at the moment. It's probably going to be a slicked back ponytail. It's not that I've got slick back hair, it's because I've got thin hair and thinning hair. Bum. Do I have a hat on? Bandana, headband, boonie, beanie, dress, recon, shimag, scarf, a proper fracking helmet. You know what? I'm gonna be sensible. I'm gonna wear a helmet. I'm in a war zone. Hippie sunglasses, half frame, hippie rim, monocle, eye patch, eyebrow. It's actually pretty much my glasses. I think, yeah, mine are currently half rimmed. See, half rimmed. Lower face prop. Xcom bandana, skull bandana, biker bandana, striped bandana, solid bandana, samurai mask, or mutton mask. We'll go with the skull bandana. Face paint. I don't think I need face paint. Yeah, no face paint. Right, and now I click back. And then body. Main armor color. Bright freaking green. Actually, how terrible does this look? There we go. Go with a sensible helmet, but make me glow up in the dark. Ooh, you can actually apply patterns. These are all terrible. Let's go with blots. Arms 2. Nope. Left arm. Oh, wait, yeah. Torso. Oh, you can really go suicidal in this. It's all like torso 4. Just run in. Start bollock naked. Why are these even options? No, now I gotta put the arms back on. And why are my pants like that? Why am I wearing shorts? Right, that'll do before I find anything else disturbing. Ooh, weapon. Primary killer. I think it's got to be the bright green. And we're going to go with blots on that as well. Although... yeah, no, we're going to go with blots on that as well. And there we go. That is me. So we shall always now see me when I'm actually in the game. Photo booth. Now look at the camera. There we go. Anybody want to place bets on me being the first named person to die? Right, 2 days for that, 8 days for that, and I think... and supply drop in 15. Okay, to the bridge. Oh yes, the Avatar project.
Your effort in destroying the alien black site was commendable. But I fear the worst is yet to come, Commander. We must remain vigilant.
Rumor from the Resistance disabled truck. Commander, after a recent success, members of the Resistance in East Asia have brought us reports of activity you may want to investigate.
A victory without design is as aimless as those condemned to drift in the void.
Yes. If I hadn't have killed you, or nearly killed you... So, I think... what do I want? Let's go get some rookies.
New course.
Guerrilla Ops targets new targets acquired. We've acquired new targets for our guerrilla operations against Advent Commander. Review targets.
Commander, with the number of contacts we've established, we're getting requests for support from multiple sites around the world. Unfortunately, we only have the resources to respond to one of them. The decision is yours.
So this one is going to counters the Dark Event. Advent return fire, missed shots on Advent officers and priests trigger return fire. And then we've got this, which is Xcom soldiers will suffer greater losses to their will in combat. The will is important to the psionic stuff. The returning fire is not great, but this will could be crippling. This combat site has high density of explosive material. Caution is advised. Well, I mean, for the enemy, yeah.
Sector 14, East Asia.
Commander, I've got trace chemical readings throughout that area showing a mix of volatile compounds. If we're not careful, that whole place could end up on fire.
Right. Nope. Go back. Go back. Right. We've got two people who are tired. We've got me. We've got a grenadier. And we got a couple of rookies. Right. You will take a vest and a grenade. You will take a vest. You will take a medkit. And I will take a vest. I do not want to die, people. Maybe I should be slightly more discreet with my armor if I didn't want to die. Go. I don't know what it is, but my headset's crushing my ear today.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
There we go. Hopefully that's better. Begin mission. What are we doing? You never actually told me what we were doing here. The alien eyes will burn just looking at you.
We've been given a prime opportunity
I
to
mean,
disrupt
what?
Advent's operations and delay their current plans. One of their field commanders has decided to tour the actual field, and we're going to make sure he never leaves there alive. Once you hit the ground, find our target and eliminate him as quickly as possible.
So, find the guy, kill the guy, leave. Oh, do not allow them to escape. Okay. Whee!
Menace 1-5, we're tracking the Advent General and his escorts, but we don't have an exact fix on their location. Sweep the area and eliminate the target along with any other hostiles that stand in your way.
Remember, Commander, there are extremely volatile materials scattered throughout this area. We need to make sure our troops are clear of any possible explosions.
Right. Let's jump right in front of the windows where the aliens are hiding. No? Okay. There's a civilian over there. Not see that guy.
Moving to position.
Go over there. Go over there.
Go, go.
Whee!
I have eyes on the enemy.
No, you have eyes on an enemy.
On it.
Is that one of them explosives they were talking about? Oh, they're walking this way. Shoot. One of my people is pinned down.
Good copy. Moving on target. Overwatch.
You cannot move into a favorable position.
Orders confirmed. Moving out. Got it covered.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Come on. Keep walking. Keep walking. Now, discover us. Really?
Eyes on the prize.
Got it covered. On Overwatch. I'm on it.
Hey, now you discovered us. Hi.
Good riddance.
Covered blow!
Now shoot him. Now shoot him. There we go.
Got him.
See what I don't get? It's why the cover is still blown. They spotted us, we eliminated them. Apparently terrible things are still going to occur.
Heading to that location. Affirmative. Covering now.
I've just realised that that is slightly more Irish than I remembered.
Confirmed. On Overwatch. Headed there now. Scanning.
I need you to really move up. Come on.
On the move.
Really didn't want you there. Just no.
We're picking up an inbound Advent transport. The aliens are going to try and extract the general from the AO. Don't let him get on board that ship.
Well, I'll try, Central. I'll try. But if you've not noticed, it's all gone just a little bit tits up.
Move, move, move. Got it covered.
There's a fourth one I cannot remember. Oh, Jesus. Right.
Already there. Advent forces on the ground. Hostiles got me flanked.
Don't worry about it too much.
Objective located.
Oh, that's the guy.
Target
Okay.
identity confirmed. That's the general. Take him out before they can escape. We won't get another shot at this. We've got Advent here.
Right. See, that kind of looks like one of them explosive things. That, oh my word. Are you sure you can't make that distance?
Heading to that location.
Yeah, that looks like one of them explosive things that we shouldn't be playing with. Yeah. Be careful around the explosives.
Moving.
Just put some lead in their general vicinity.
Shot failed to connect.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry too much about it. We don't need you to connect all of the shots.
Affirmative. Moving out.
We're actually just using you guys to destroy some of the cover.
Shot wide.
Yeah, you didn't want to do that. Let's move up a little and shoot this guy, preferably in the head or miss.
Enemy is still up. I've got eyes on an Advent position.
Look, you coward. Why are you running away? Oh, I've gone on Overwatch.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Running dry.
We're barely running dry.
Closing on target position now.
Now dance for your diplomat. Dance.
I'm running low on ammo.
Right, I would like you to move there and trigger the attack of opportunity. Because I knew he won't be able to hit for shit at this range.
On reserves. That's affirmative.
You're just gonna assist the machine gun. Oh, you could shoot the counter. That's fine.
Draining ammo fast.
No! I want to go home!
They got me flanked. Taking heavy damage. There's heavy fire in the zone.
Right. First of all, I want you to flank this guy
Position.
and just absolutely murder them. Thank you.
Good riddance.
I want you
My weapon's spent.
to bust in there
Confirmed.
and just absolutely murder this one. Thank you.
Enemy eliminated.
And you. I'm gonna move there
Understood. Moving out.
and absolutely murder this guy. Like so.
Menace 1-5, kill confirmed. That's how it's done. We have confirmation. Mission accomplished.
Neutralized. 8 turns taken. 7 enemies killed, only 1 wounded soldier, and nobody killed. Vidi, vidi, vishy. It does not look favourable being in a mob like that. Oh no, it's just your position. You're gonna need to change the stance of one of you people. Kneeling with rifle. I think that's one, yeah. I don't. That is fantastic. Veni vidi vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Whatever's just off camera is here is making a hell of a racket.
Fellow citizens, it is with deep regret that I must inform you that the criminals among us who would dare see our union fail have sunken so low as to attack a peaceful civilian under the employ of Advent. Remain vigilant and rest assured we will stop at nothing to prevent these grievous attacks.
An impressive performance, Commander. Our troop skills are improving with every deployment.
Cohesion is getting high. And 3 people got promoted. The squaddy. Let's have some padding. We got a specialist. We got a ranger. Do not have many snipers yet. So we got two stun lancer corpses, two sectoid corpses, a priest, a trooper, and an officer, all walk into the bar. But Tish, I don't know.
Considering the limited resources available to you, Commander, you have still managed to exceed my expectations. Excellent work.
I mean, your expectations are really low if you feel that I failed you that hard in the first Alien War. Global effects, dark event counter, dark tower. Nice. Let's go to the bridge. Oh, airstrip. Commander, after our recent success, members of the Resistance in East Asia have brought us a report that we may want to investigate. Resistance contacts in East Asia. Not now. I want to go back to
Cooperation of these extremists.
you being dead. Why are you not dead yet?
Resistance, Commander.
Avenger plotting new course.
Pretty sure that clock can't tell time.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind.
As you can see, the data is nearly identical. They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness?
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
How about we just go on a genocidal rampage? Use the skulljack item on an Advent officer to gain, in combat, to gain access to the alien communication network. Constructed the Proving Ground facility. Complete the skulljack project in the Proving Ground. Use the skulljack on an Advent officer. Tell me more. Oh yes, it tells me nothing. Just quite literally what I've just seen. Okay.
We're ready to move when you are, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest information.
Blah
The
blah blah
Advent
blah blah.
captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
Blah 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 blah. Whew. New research available, Advent Trooper Autopsy. New research available, Advent Stun Launcher Autopsy. New research available, Advent Priest Autopsy. New facility available, Proving Grounds. Physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troops, the Advent Officer administers administer a system of control over the troopers through carefully engineered psionic link augmented with a mechanical implant. From my latest examination of the commander and the careful review of the information gathered in the alien containment area, I now have a theory of how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid deployment of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind, in this case, the mind of our very own commander. With this hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the commander's mind was processed and transmitted to Advent officers, who in turn directed the troopers and their other subordinates. With the commander no longer attached to their psionic network, it's difficult to say how the orders are being dispersed at this point. Although I'm sure the aliens have planned for such a potential contingency. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as our conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we've worked to develop a new device, the Skulljack, which should be capable of disabling an officer. From there, it's a simple matter of hacking the officer in the field, although I won't speculate as to the outcome.
To try to build this Skulljack that Tigan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
An experimental workspace where Shen can test and produce new, unique types of ammo, grenades, and armor for our troops, as well as other specialized technical items. Commander, given our extensive battlefield experience against the Advent stun launchers, the Advent stun launcher autopsy can now be completed instantly. Commander, given our extensive battlefield experience against the sectoid autopsy can now be completed instantly. Alright, sectoid research. Although the sectoids have changed substantially since their invasion, their ability to manipulate psionic energy has clearly not been diminished in the process. With the complete study of this new specimen, we may be able to develop the psionic capabilities of our own
Though
troops.
I was never witness to one myself, countless observers attest to the existence of a much smaller, less intimidating variant of the sectoid that took part in the original invasion. In the time since, this new being, the product of clear genetic manipulation, is now a familiar face to our forces operating in the field. The sectoid's rapid physical evolution over the past 20 years is a testament to both the aliens' mastery of genetic engineering and their pursuit of advancement, regardless of the risks.
Preliminary autopsy exam conducted by Dr. Richard Targan, acting science officer. Although my direct surgical experience is limited, the alien's genetic manipulation of the species previously catalogued as a sectoid provides a certain familiarity in relation to human anatomy. While the earliest documented accounts of sectoids on Earth indicated examples no larger than 1 meter high, the specimen we encountered today are all nearly twice that size. Knowing full well that the aliens continued their efforts to integrate human and alien DNA, my findings here only reinforce the notion of a continuous development process. This larger sectoid variants have a far greater proportion of human genetic material, selectively combined with the intention of improving the otherwise limited physical capabilities of the original. With enhanced psionic capabilities and a greater overall strength, I'd say they succeeded. Mind Shield. The Mind Shield is a powerful psionic artifact, rendering soldiers completely immune to negative mental conditions including panic, mind control, stuns, and disorientation. New research. The Advent Stun Lancer is commonly seen maintaining order and quelling disturbances throughout the world. Their unique stun lance could be adapted to a weapon our rangers are already trained training to use.
The Advent Stun Lancer was apparently outfitted with the intention of serving as a civilian peacekeeping unit within the city centers. Although they are equipped with weapons capable of administering non-lethal blows, recent reports indicate an increasingly aggressive stance taken by these units. Although Advent clearly intended for these units to be their means of dealing with any unruly civilians within the city centers, it seems they have come to rely on more brutal means of pacification in the time since.
On both the physical and genetic level, the Advent Stun Lancers are nearly identical to the troopers our forces regularly see in combat. However, a minor yet crucial adjustment to the muscle fiber density of the Lancer improves both agility and overall survivability. Equipped with non-lethal weapons capable of easily disabling human targets, these Lancers were first developed during the early days following Advent's establishment of the city centers, when civil unrest was a more common problem than outright resistance. In studying their usage and deployment, this raised an interesting question. If the Lancers were among the first Advent forces deployed, and their survivability is somewhat higher than those of the standard troops, did the aliens conscientiously reduce the troopers' strength based on their assessment of human combat readiness? This would imply a system of rapid genetic modification beyond what I had previously imagined the aliens were capable of. It would also demonstrate a degree of genetic frugality that I would have previously assumed was irrelevant to the aliens, based on the variety of unusual experiments they've conducted. When pure kinetic energy is no longer sufficient in the field, the arc blade may prove unnecessary. It boosts the standard sword's combat effectiveness with the addition of an electric field, capable of stunning enemies that are not outright killed. New research. I want these modular weapons. The magnetic rifles used by Advent forces are incredibly complex weapons. The rifles themselves self-destruct when their original operator dies. But with a little effort we might be able to use any recovered parts to improve our soldiers' own weapons.
I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
Oh good. I'm glad
I've seen members of the crew quietly glancing at the scar on my neck. If I wasn't forced to remove the chip myself, the incisions might have been cleaner.
Hey, Commander.
Build facilities.
Commander, I'm going to need more help on the engineering team before I can start clearing out some of these other rooms. We should recruit an engineer. You lived in one of the colonies for a few years before linking up with Central, right?
Yes, one of the advantages of working with Advent. On the surface, it was very comfortable. But there was a price for that comfort.
The millions of people in those cities don't seem to mind all that much.
Yes, but Advent is always watching. Between their forces and the aliens themselves, they see everything. Not to mention the automated systems. There's nothing quite like providing identification to a lamppost.
To the bridge! What was the... Oh, build faster. Alright, let's continue on the abandoned colonies for now.
I do not think I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing.
We've had the troops digging through the scrap piles and looting corpses, and at this point it's safe to assume they're on constant vigil for anything we could use to improve our gear. All the raw materials in the world won't mean much if we can't find a way to use them. But I think this modular weapon system is a good start. Having pushed our existing designs about as far as I thought possible, the integration of a few key alien components provided much needed stability we've been looking for. with these modifications in place, we should be able to attach larger upgrades for even more firepower. The troops will like that. Commander, researching the advanced modular weapons has allowed us to reverse engineer their systems for our own use. Any weapon upgrade found in the field can now be attached directly to the soldiers' weapons to provide tactical bonuses. "19 days now. Resistance radio. I thought we'd already done resistance radio. By replicating the communications equipment we've developed on the Avenger, we should be able to establish ground-based relays to further spread our reach with wider coverage. It'll be easier for us to reach some of the outlying regions far from HQ. I mean, fine, let's do it. It's only 6 days.
Our highest priority.
You make it your only priority. You don't actually allow me to conduct multiple research projects. Pretty sure you could actually do that in the original Xcom game, UFO Enemy Unknown. Once you got a new research project, you could assign it for research as long as you had a lab of some variety. Yes, we're low on scientists. We're low on engineers. This...
all possess clouded memories of the facility you know as the Black Site. It is the place of our birth, and the final march for those humans deceived by the Elders' false promises. In destroying it, we have done this world a great service.
Yes, and if you finish the interruptions. So in the original game, you hired scientists individually. They weren't named. They were just another resource. And you'd hire, so like 10, 15 scientists. The main difficulty was they needed living quarters, which was shared with the engineers and the soldiers. And for every 50 scientists, you needed a lab, and for some research projects, you wanted a lot of scientists. But at the same token, you could, if you wanted to assign somebody to researching laser weapons and medkits, you could start off both projects and put 5 scientists on each for a total of 10 in the base. It's kind of like the first 2 pieces of research that you had available to you, and just let them both run, rather than putting 10 scientists on one and then 10 scientists on the other. It was a bit higgledy-piggledy, because it's like, to a certain degree, if you'd have concentrated on one and then switched to the other, you would have gotten one you would have got one sooner, and then the other one later, rather than both of them late. So yes, we're low on scientists apparently, we're low on engineers, we're low on... Zerika Hunt person still wants promotion. Resistance Comms is being built, training center. I just want to check. Oh no, that's to train abilities. Apparently I'm a genius. I mean, I knew that, but... These soldier APs, you do not get very many very quickly. You get Xcom AP, which I could spend on these things, but I kind of don't want to. But at the same token, it's like covering fire. Overwatch shots can now be triggered by any enemy action, not just movement. Okay, that's kind of cool. Is everybody... Rapid fire. Fire twice in a row at an enemy. Each shot suffers an aim penalty of 15. Sounds like a terrible idea for a sniper. Launching, throwing grenades or using heavy weapons on your first action will not end your turn. That would be useful for a grenadier rather than the specialist. I think this line is kind of semi-random. Hollow targeting. Any directed shotgun shot, hit or miss, will mark the target, increasing your squad's aim by 15 against the target. That's kind of useful. But I don't think anybody's got the APs to really be spending at the moment. Hey, Chuckles Clan. I'm kind of saving up the Xcom AP, although it's one of them where it's like I could... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, let's go back to this. Let's finish off the rookies. Remnants of an incomplete Advent settlement were found throughout the area, abandoned before finishing construction on the project. Our scans located a small resistance cell nearby responsible for sabotage, and when approached they expressed interest in joining Xcom. I got Daniel Evans, Victor Vinograda, April Cartwright, and Carlota Blanco? Oh, Daniel Evans, Victor, April, and Cartello. Do they actually have any experience? That's kind of what I'm curious about. Or are they just...
Factions could use a place to coordinate their operations, Commander. This ring Shen designed sounds like a great candidate.
Yeah, it sounds like a great candidate. As soon as I can build it, I will do. So yeah, they were just a bunch of rookies. No experience to them whatsoever. I'm tempted to go for the scientist and then resistant. The thing is, I don't know whether I should be trying to expand out my contacts throughout the world. Or whether I should just grab what I can.
Avenger plotting new course.
And then once everything else is down, it's like, okay, now I concentrate on expanding.
Resistance communications facility now operational.
Resistance contacts +1. New staff slot available. Increases resistance contacts. View facility. And I can assign an engineer to it, but I don't want to. I want to build facilities. Who can build mind shields? Need alien allies for that?
I think Dad would have been proud of what we're doing here. For the first time in a long time, we're actually a threat to the aliens, and they know it. Now we just have to make all those people in the colonies remember what we're fighting for. My father didn't die so we could become a race of cowering test subjects for the aliens to toy with. We just have to get the people's attention.
And we will be getting their attention. We have explosives.
Commander, we just got word that the Resistance hit an Advent supply line. We have an opportunity to salvage some high-value materials, assuming we can clear out the alien forces guarding the site first.
View the raid location. Sitrep, the lost. The lost are known to be present in the surrounding area. Caution is advised. Operation Drunken Hawk. I like it.
Setting course for sector 5.
Let's go.
Commander, you should be aware. We're detecting lost activity in this area. Our forces will need to be especially vigilant.
So we have one of each of the people. God dang it. Make utility items available. Gonna give you that. Not sure how good you are with that. Nameless one, you get some armor. I get some armor. You get some armor, but you also get to keep a grenade. And let's go.
Menace, ready to deploy.
Begin the mission. What am I doing again?
We have a reliable source reporting that Advent has a resupply operation in progress in this region. They're airlifting supply crates out of a secured area, and if we move quickly, we can probably grab a few for ourselves. Mark the crates for pickup, and Firebrand will handle the heavy lifting.
Secure and extract Advent medical supplies. Neutralize all enemy targets. We're going to the ruins of Mumbai, people. Also, Lost are in the area.
Advent forces are in the process of airlifting a number of supply crates out of this area, and we have an opportunity here to take a few for ourselves. Locate and mark the crates with transponders, and Firebrand will handle the rest.
Let's do something a little bit reckless and run up there.
Orders confirmed. On the move. Overwatch. Moving. Moving to Overwatch.
Afirmativo, cubriendo.
Going for the long watch. Where is that?
Understood. Moving out. Affirmative. Covering now.
Getting it done. Tenfour.
Boy.
There's something out there.
Oh, you think?
I'm on the move.
Can I have the walls?
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Affirmative. Rolling out.
Go through the building.
Venga, vamos, vamos.
that?
No, I hear nothing. Oh, hello.
Without the introduction of human DNA, these creatures once operating under the guise of thin men now show their true form. A purely reptilian species.
No reason for them to hide. The aliens don't need an infiltration unit anymore.
So yeah, it was something weird that they did in XCOM Enemy Unknown. They changed up. So in the original XCOM game, snake men were snake men. They look like snakes. Much like that creature looks right there. There's no way through this building without smashing windows. Can you move into a position where you can see them? No? Okay, just move there.
Heading there now. Eyes on the prize.
And let's pop somebody's head right open. Supplies!
Nos han encontrado.
Yeah, we're here. And in XCOM Enemy, so in the original game they look like Snake Man as they are at the moment. And then for XCOM Enemy Unknown, they changed them up to be more.
Advent has already marked a couple of crates for extraction. If we move quickly, we may be able to mark them for ourselves and prevent their airlift.
Human instead, and made them infiltrator units, which was sort of like, okay, I can see how that works. But at the same token, it was a little bit on the weird side because it's like there was no essentially snake men. And it's nice to see that for 2 that they've reverted them back to the snake men kind of style. Jesus. If you go over there, you're gonna be tired, but don't worry about it. And how's the enemy looking? The enemy is looking directly at this place. But I want those supplies. I'm gonna bet.
Advent forces on the ground.
That was a terrible idea. Everything is terrible.
Good work. Advent's locator is down and our transponder is active. Firebrand will handle the pickup. Advent just airlifted out their first crate. We're gonna have to move fast if we want to get the rest.
God dang it, people.
Target still up.
I'm in a lot of danger stood here. Stasis. Oh, it's stasis. Oh, wow.
Firebrand command is on deck for recovery. Keep marking those crates, Menace 1-5.
Taken care of. Gonna need to reload soon.
Yeah.
Rolling. No longer a threat. Back on
Reload.
board, no ammo.
Baja confirmada.
And another one down. Another one down.
Ya no es una amenaza. Empieza la
Reload
fiesta.
that. And go on pistol Overwatch. Can I aid protocol? No, I can't. Ah, there's not a pleasant place to be. If you go there, nope, you don't see anybody. Go over there.
Moving to position.
And who do you murder? Supplies!
Weapons burning ammo fast.
They're moving as quickly as they can to get those crates. If we want our share, we'll have to move just as fast.
Not sure if you're aware of this, Central, but we're under a lot of fire down here.
At least we know where they are. He fallado.
The hell are you?
That didn't feel good.
Look, could you just all leave me alone?
Enemy destroyed. Grenade ammo fast. Taken care of. Guns dry.
I would like to retreat now.
Got it.
Put you into Overwatch. It's a terrible shot.
It's down. Enemy down. Going dry.
God damn it.
Target down. I'm all out. Oh yeah.
Reload. Now shoot some more.
Target neutralized.
I had a bad feeling that was gonna happen.
I'm running low on ammo.
Kill it. Shit.
Adjusting sights.
Could have really done without connecting.
Hostiles got me flanked!
That stings. Watch the flanks. Out of rounds.
Blanco neutralizado.
Kill him.
Blanco abatido.
Good copy. Moving on target.
It's one of the things. God dang it, I don't have the range for it.
Already there.
Because I can just stab this guy if I can get close.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Readings are all over the place. The Lost are almost right on top of you.
Let's do this.
Got a reasonable chance.
Missed.
Oh, you think?
Listo para atacar.
Hate the way that it's all like, run all this distance, one action.
Órdenes confirmadas.
Recock the gun, one action.
Reloaded.
Yeah, take the shot.
Hostile neutralized.
With a little bit of luck. With a lot of luck. Oh look, more lost.
Ready engage.
I would like you all
Kill confirmed.
to back up off my position. I could really do with the auto reloaders. Really? 95% and you missed?
Not even close. Could use some ammo over here.
Well, that didn't help.
Move into designated coordinates.
Oh boy.
Burning through ammo fast.
Come on, sniper, show 'em how it's done.
Enemigo destruido.
Could you not move?
Looks a little ugly. Target down. Rock and roll. My weapon's spent.
Alright, let's see how many of these guys we can take out. One of them. God dang it. Save my ass.
Enemies down. On reserve. Kill confirmed.
Don't worry about it. You're not actually spending actions yet.
Got him.
Why is it always a 3 when it comes to the guys with 5 health? God dang it.
El blanco sigue en pie.
Thank you.
Hostiles pacified. I'm out of firepower over here.
Thing is, I need to get to
Rock and roll.
those other locations. And you're the only one with any movement left.
Okay.
There's one there. Don't see another one surrounding that one. I love the way that the claw thing can go through buildings. Right, we don't actually know where they're going to drop in. Or where the next one's going to be.
Location confirmed.
But I did see another one at least. There. 2 there. There's 4 left on the map. So being over here is not the worst idea.
I'm on it.
When they get back to base, we'll have to give our soldiers some time to heal, mentally and physically. Ajá, me muevo.
No. Hey, Richard Ted, how's it going? As you can see, I am surrounded by my new overlay. Woohoo! How did Planescape Torment go? That's the name of the game, right?
Roger that.
Balderdash. Go away. Not bad. Lots of speaking today. Right. So you grab that one.
Roger that.
You grab that one. And you two need to make it up over there as quickly as possible.
Moving.
How goes the Xcom? Not too bad. I've lost one soldier, the guy who is voiced by the voice actor, or the actor Worf in the Next Generation. They died. So essentially both of the two that I've met so far from the Next Generation have died. But nobody that's actually been named by a community member yet has died. J-Station insisted that I put myself in the game. Yeah, Michael Duran, someone, I can't remember particularly, but yeah, Michael Duran or something like that. Okay, so there's one of the boxes. I don't know where the other box is. I'm out here trying to gather supplies. Oh, there's the other box. Okay. Right. But I am also surrounded by bad guys. Hello. But they're not active yet, so it's not too bad. Michael Dawn. Close enough. Close enough for a council job. Well, that was a bit of a difficult shot. Right. So shoot that guy. See, I do like a good shotgun. Shoot that. I said I do like a good shotgun. Shoot that guy, not miss that guy. What were you thinking? See? Not exactly tough.
Could use some ammo over here.
Yeah, you're fine. Just shoot off that ammo.
Hostile neutralized. Negative ammo.
No reload. Got to run as I overran. Alright, you take care now. Hope to see you again streaming soon. And thank you again for the raid. Everybody else who came in on Retro Ted's raid, thank you very much for joining us. I am currently playing Xcom 2, as we can see. They're still early days. This is like the third stream. Not sure how many missions I'm in. Not sure how long this is going to last, because I tend to be a fairly slow and methodical player in this kind of game. I'm slightly concerned that you cannot see the guy who stood next to you. Go there. So now that you move there, I want you to shoot that guy. Thank you for not missing. And then I want you to shoot the guy. I tend to play a variety of games here on my stream. So far I've completed the Hitman 3 World of Assassination trilogy, Pathfinder Kingmaker, and Torment Tides of Numenera. All three of those, two of those games were role-playing games, turn-based. I've decided to switch it up for the next turn-based game, which is why I'm playing XCOM 2. On Fridays, I am still playing Hitman 3 World of Assassination when there is an elusive target, of which there is one tomorrow. However, when we're not hunting elusive targets, I am also playing Resident Evil 4 with a couple of friends of the stream, MakeIt_UK and JStation64, in the Peanut Gallery, where they basically just viciously mock me the entire time that I'm playing, and we have a good laugh about it all. There's some interesting facets of XCOM 2 that I'm finding, which is I like this concept of the Lost. What I don't like is the fact that everybody gets a dramatic entrance, and when it comes to the Lost, there's a lot of them, and therefore it's a lot of dramatic entrances. But I like the mechanic that when you kill and shoot, or when you shoot and kill one, you get to fire again. That's kind of interesting. Right, your weapon is empty. I need you to reload it. Wait a minute. You can run up and yes, okay, so you will reload your weapon.
Ready to rock.
Then if you do this right, I shouldn't have to worry about anybody. But I'm going to shoot you, and you're going to die. Then I'm going to shoot... How do you not see that other person? Some of the line of sights on this is a little bit questionable at times. Right, fine. You can run in there and push the button. Reload the weapon, move up. The heavy soldier can just be stuck out there. Is there anywhere... Oh, we can move you there and get a line of sight on the other guy. And then maybe, just maybe... Nope, didn't think so.
I got nothing. Gonna need to reload soon.
Well, there is more alien beasties out here.
Missed the target. We've got Advent here.
I thought we were done with Advent. Seems as the Lost is literally the only thing that we've seen for the last couple of rounds.
That didn't feel good.
Well, it wasn't meant to feel good.
That's the last of the supply crates in this area. Menace 1-5, you're clear for evac. We got what we came for, so don't take any unnecessary chances out there.
I mean, we're not really taking unnecessary chances. We're trying to kill these guys. Feel that that's a little bit overkill.
My ammo's running low.
When the guy gets... Oh, you deserve to die for that one.
I got nothing. My weapon's spent.
Moving to designated position.
God dang it, people.
Good riddance. Negative. Weapons dry. Reloaded.
Understood.
Move and then shoot that guy. Supplies. God dang it.
Not good.
Yeah, your aim is not good. Shit. Who is that? Loyu! Loyu is KIA. She didn't even get the nickname. God damn it.
Moving. 'Cause 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 'cause
Oh, blood and sand. It's a hell of a misclick. Wanted to run up and stab the guy. Ran up, stood next to the guy. Totally not in cover. That's equivalent, right?
On this one. Target neutralized.
Ah, Jesus Christ. 21% chance to hit. It might not kill the guy. But if I move, I'm not going to be able to take the shot. But if I miss, I'm still out in... I move there. Take the pistol shot. Not great. Yeah, run away. Huh? You missed.
Okay then.
Can't see what terrain. No, don't do that. I want to see the terrain of up the stairs. Okay, there we go. Right. We're gonna move next to you. We're gonna shoot you in the face with a shotgun.
Enemy eliminated.
You're disorientated? What's that mean?
That's affirmative.
I do have to question this game on its line of sight sometimes.
Vamos, céntrate.
Ah, God damn it. Thank you for wasting your overshot on the Lost. If you'd only hit, that would have been slightly more useful to me.
I can give it a try. Enemies down. Running dry on ammo.
Yeah, fine.
Roger that.
How long is this disorientate gonna last?
Come get some.
Closing on
Just
target
gonna
position now.
go there. Bye.
Hostile neutralized.
And bye. God dang it, people.
I'll get him next time.
Alright. 24%, you're our only chance.
Ya no le he dado.
I just want you dead.
Enemy is still up.
Don't look over at the barrier of the guy shooting at you. Alright. You could probably do with the medic. Right. Say hello to my little friend.
Target neutralized.
Maybe you wanted to shoot the one right in front of you first. Might have been a slightly better idea, just in case. Well, no, if you missed it, you missed. Alright. Need you to move over there. And heal that guy.
Come on, get back in the fight.
Enemigo abatido.
Okay.
Asunto resuelto.
We can do this. Maybe we can't do this. You got one action left.
Hostiles pacified.
I did not realize there was two in there.
I need a med kit here.
Bring in the evac. Target neutralized. It's done.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished. Excellent work.
Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, we lost Loyu. Why does it look like I'm T-posing? Ranger 1, ha! I have an itch on my back that I can't quite reach. Haha, surprise. Surprise failed. Oh wait, no. Stabby surprise. Let's go with the deadly duo look. The tide has turned.
Even now, our enemy lurks in the shadows, plotting to destroy all we have built, to return us to the chaos of the old world. Only together can we oppose them, united in the Elders'
I think I'm actually kind of good.
we shall prevail.
Most damage dealt, most accurate. What is it? Most damage dealt, most attacks made, most under fire, most moved furthest. All me. My cat, is there anything you would like read on Loyu's memorial?
Yet to discover exactly what type of exposure led to the creation of these lost civilians, but their numbers would indicate a widespread effect.
You should have ducked. Okay. Text. Well, helps if I line up on my keyboard correctly. Should have ducked. That's a terrible motivational poster.
After the war's over, maybe you can start your modeling career.
No, because they're dead, Central. They're dead. Wow. So insensitive, Central. So insensitive. Oh. Right, I got a promotion and I'm going to go for Phantom. Because I like to be hidden. Oh, what we got? We've got lightning hands. Fire your pistol at the target. This action does not cost. This attack does not cost an action. Take the shot with a small aim penalty for a significant damage boost. I think I'll go for Deadeye. Both of them sound really good. Ooh, and they're gifted and they've got 10 AP. Might buy one of these, although to a certain degree I kind of want the lightning hands, and I think that'll be an 11 rather than a 10. Medical protocol. That might have actually saved us an action. And basically medical protocol as long as I've got a medkit. Oh no, they get a medkit for free, but if I have a medkit I can do it twice. As a gremlin heals rather than me healing. So maybe I should have gone with a combat gremlin, but the thing is, send the gremlin to an enemy and jolt them, dealing guaranteed damage, but it doesn't tell me how much damage it does, and I'm guessing it's not that much. So we're all pretty much messed up after that one. We got 76 supplies, 24 alien alloys, 10 Illyrium crystals, 1 superior autoloader. The first 3 reloads in a mission do not cost an action. Nice. Viper corpse. The Viper's powerful tail muscles continue to clench reflexively for hours after their death, though precautionary brain imaging shows no trace of higher order function. 43 lost corpses. The lost corpse. The lost, now robbed of whatever life force was animating their desiccated bodies, break apart easily and collapse in a pile of dry, disjointed body parts. In this state, each lost corpse looks much like each other, giving no hint of the individual that once that this body had once belonged. And we met the rest of them. This creature is clearly reptilian in nature, although it appears not to. But it appears to not only to, although it appears to be not only sentient, but also highly intelligent. Still, the underlying physiology is remarkably similar to a number of terrestrial species, including venom sacs, which we might be able to synthesize and incorporate for use in our medical supplies. By improving our understanding of how and why the lost have come to overrun the cities of the old world, it is likely we can develop a means of avoiding or perhaps manipulating their movements. Wait a minute. Where's the science officer?
Our work is proceeding as expected, Commander.
No, I want to see the thing that you had in the corner on that last screen. I'm pretty sure. So, if we go to the armory, yeah. Ah, he was given the debriefing in the armory. Okay. It's one of them where it's like, I saw that in the corner and it was like, what?
I talk too much, Commander. How about these chosen, huh?
Yeah, you all talk too much. Still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And then 9, 10 potentially that I've not met yet.
Boy, did Advent get their asses kicked today or what?
I don't know why it sorts it by name order. That's so useless.
Big old bite out of our alien overlords, leaving an untold number of
A little bit annoyed that I've lost an actually named person. But we got shafted at the end there. Bum 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 bum. What am I doing? What am I doing? I think I'm just going to the bridge. Commander, the Resistance has picked up rumors indicating the black market has resurfaced. If we scan the area, we may be able to locate their new location and re-establish contact. Ignore it for now. I want this scientist.
Avenger plotting new course.
There is no shame in admitting my admiration for the
Oh God, what do you want?
insurmountable odds. I was born of battle, of a desire to face my enemies in combat and surrender to no one. In you, I see a shadow of my own creation. I will spread fear across this world. All will know what lies ahead.
Can we just turn off our communications? Chosen retribution, East Asia. Income decreased. The monthly income of this region is decreased by 23. Knowledge increased. The chosen knowledge of Xcom's operations has increased. A Chosen has clamped down on resistance activities in this region, reducing its supply.
The Chosen are gonna do whatever it takes to get to you, Commander. Even if that means wiping out entire camps of resistance supporters. We're their only line of defense.
Fair enough.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
Resistance radio. Okay, assigning research. The Avenger serves our purposes adequately in terms of coordinating our communications network. But if we hope to increase our range and reach every possible outlet, we will have to do more. A series of carefully positioned relay towers would suffice, assuming we can miniaturize the technology we've adapted from the aliens' own communications equipment. It may be difficult to balance the requisite power levels versus the increased chance of detection, but this is our best chance to expand our capabilities. With the increased coverage, we can expect the efficiency of local resistance operations to improve, strengthening the groups working within range of the towers. New facility upgraded, additional comm station, radio relays available. Additional comm station, increase our communication capabilities and add additional control station for an engineer. Psionic inspired. Commander, our team has had a novel idea related to psionics. If we begin research immediately, we should be able to should obtain results faster than usual. If we begin another research project instead of acting on this inspiration, the opportunity will be lost. Well, jeez, it's inspired and it's still going to take 15 days? Now that we've got Illyrium and alien alloys, it's all like, maybe we should research the plated armor and people might not die. Thought about that one? Right.
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander.
Do the
I'll
psionics.
contact you when I have a full report available.
You...
Dr. Shen's constant vigil over my activities is starting to wear thin. I consider myself a patient man, but eventually, she's going to have to trust me if we're going to achieve our goals.
What can I do for you, Commander?
Keep bugging Targon. It's funny.
It's creepy hearing the Chosen talk as if they were just like us. For all we know, they might have been us before the elders got to them.
Commander, based on my research in collaboration with Shen, I believe we can reduce the intel cost of contacting additional regions by building radio relay towers along our network. The further a region is from a relay, the more it will cost us in intel. So I would suggest building relays along the remote edges of our existing network.
I mean,
I believe the
remote edges of our existing network is this place and that place.
They may reward us in kind.
On every mission, there is a chance that an advent unit will join the Xcom squad. Make contact and install radio relays in this continent to receive this bonus. Oh, that's where I do it. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want the scientist, but I kind of want to build this relay tower. Let's concentrate on the scientist. We're here at the moment. There, we give that something different. Alien debris cleared. The room is now available. View the room. We are going to make a mistake. That's probably sure. We really do need a better power generation. At the moment we got 12 out of 15 power, so I can build one of these facilities. And then I need a power relay for the other facility. The thing is, that power relay would only supply power to that one facility. And I would also like to build everything else. You know, the guerrilla tactics school, the infirmary, and a workshop. And maybe not. Yeah, a workshop. And a laboratory. Let's build the proving grounds.
We've pushed our current power systems to the limit. We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities further.
Carry on. I don't want to put a guy in there because I want the guy to... Let's supplies 58. Let's take the alien machinery. It's gonna take a while because of reasons, but we'll figure that out. Right, let's grab this scientist. Did we get him? I don't think we got them.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
I mean, I'm doing everything that I can. Like, trying to grab the scientist. My word, I am gonna stab somebody.
The aliens have just finished a new facility tied to the Avatar project, Commander. If we can make contact with resistance forces in the region, we could move on that facility and set back the aliens' work. Commander, we've just received intel that one of Dr. Vollin's escape test subjects is guarding a nearby Advent facility. Best be prepared before we try to take it out.
You talked to Vallum, wasn't that... Give everyone a hamster as a pet. Use the wheels as power generation. I mean, that's a solution. Isn't Vallum the original scientist from the first one? Right. Alien facility in Eastern Europe. Ding! I just want the scientist. Can I have the scientist? Hey! Among the last of the holdouts in the area, a small group of resistance fighters known as the Fire Axis made contact while we were scanning the region. One of our soldiers claims to have known several members of the elusive group and was able to recruit one of their scientists to join Dr. Targan's lab. Right. There's lots of terrible things going on at the moment. but I think it is time to call it here.
Commander, the factions have
Shut up. New save, and this will be end of session 3. And it is time to go over to just talking while I do the wrap up. Alright, thank you for joining me this evening. This has been my third stream of Xcom 2. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm doing. I don't even know if I'm winning. Loyu certainly isn't. They're pushing up the daisies. Rip. But we will be continuing with XCOM 2 on Tuesday and Thursday next week. Tomorrow I will be playing Hitman 3, World of Assassination. I might even allow for the peanut gallery on World of Assassination. I don't know. I've not decided yet. I've also not mentioned it to the usual crew of the peanut gallery. But it could be fun. However, you know, we'll be playing Hitman 3. There is an elusive target out. Then what else do we have? On Saturday evenings, if mycat_UK is streaming, he usually streams something cooperative, and you can usually find me there about 9:30. On Mondays, I'm over on Manapot Studios, where I am GMing a Starfinder Adventure Path Fly 3 or Die in a stream that we call All That Glitters Explodes. With our new and latest crew member RetroTed, along with JStation 64, Crit Commissions, and Krifu Brunel. And then we're back around to Tuesday, where it's more XCOM 2. So we are going to be doing a raid. I do believe JStation 64 should be streaming his play of No Man's Sky at the moment. Just trying to load up the internet to find out if he is streaming. He is streaming. So we are going to go raid him. I hope you have all enjoyed this. And I hope to see you again on my next stream. But until next time, taddy bye.